Thank you for having me, and I like what Marie said earlier about hope. The problem is very few people are feeling very hopeful about the future, and that's one of the main reasons spurring me to do what I'm doing. We have good candidates, and I've had the privilege of getting to hear Kenny. It seems like we just sort of, maybe we are coordinating our schedules, don't even know it. But I
got somebody filming you.
Good. I like listening to Kenny, and we have good candidates, and I think the fact that we have a number of candidates running is a indication of the level of dissatisfaction that people are feeling here right now. I just finished a term as mayor of Hendersonville. It was a 4-year term. I was the first Republican mayor in the 162 years of Hendersonville. And I will tell you that it is possible to run a government and to have it operate in the black. The new council and mayor that just assumed office a few weeks ago are recipients of a very benevolent set of economic circumstances. We're very proud about how conservatively we manage the city of Hendersonville. But let me tell you what I believe people are angry and why they're so dissatisfied right now. I had clients, I'm a lawyer in Hendersonville, and I have had clients as recently as 2 years ago that had all the business they could handle. They had employees, they had equipment, they had a lot of work. All of a sudden things dried up, and they dried up quickly. Now you have people living on their savings accounts, and there's no one from the federal government coming to bail out these folks, okay? We'll bail out General Motors, we'll bail out Chrysler, we'll bail out Goldman Sachs, and we'll bail out AIG, and they'll go and pay off and give bonuses to everyone laughing all the way to the bank, when we have people in desperate economic distress and financial distress right here at home. And it's uneasy because people want to know how they're going to pay their bills. They're having cars and equipment repossessed. They don't know how they're going to be able to make ends meet. Kenny mentioned unemployment figures, and I keep up with those. And he's right. It should cause us all a lot of concern that the highest unemployment rate in the state of North Carolina is in Graham County. That's in our congressional district. That's unacceptable, ladies and gentlemen, to have that level of unemployment right here. And yet we have 3 counties in the top 5, that being McDowell and Rutherford County when you add it to Graham. I mean, we go Swain, 14.5, Cherokee County, 15.5, Haywood, 10.3, Yancey, 12.4, McDowell, 15.1, Rutherford County, 16.9, Transylvania's at 10%, Jackson's right there at 10, Macon County's 11.5, Clay County, 11.6. And those are the folks, these are the folks that we know about. These are the ones that, because they've been making unemployment claims or they're looking for jobs, we know about these people. You can add 5 to 7% on top of every one of those numbers to actually have a more accurate reading. But ladies and gentlemen, we have steadily lost industrial paying jobs. In other words, the higher paying jobs in our district since 1998. Volvo closes here in Buncombe County at the end of March. We just lost are losing a carbon fiber high technology firm that's going to South Carolina later this year, MIT, Materials Innovation Technology. Wellco in Haywood County announced last year that they're shutting down and going. We are losing these jobs. And it's not that they're just closing up and doing nothing, they're going to other places. The most immediate impact that the congressman from this district ought to have, is to help do everything possible to get industry and these higher paying jobs into our area. And I'm talking about factory level jobs for those that don't have college educations but have skills to offer. Also the higher tech jobs that will attract people with master's level educations and PhDs like we're losing in Fletcher, that pay good salaries and offer people viable futures. If we continue to go in the same direction as we're going, if we keep doing the same thing, and I understand what Kenny and everybody else is saying. Yes, we have to change policy in Washington. Yes, we do. But if Kenny goes or if I go, they're not going to nominate us for Speaker of the House that first year. Our impact has to be immediate in terms of doing everything possible to bring good paying jobs into this district. Only then will you have people that can afford to buy homes, afford to buy houses, afford to be able to educate their kids, and to have a viable higher standard of living. If we don't do that, and if the next congressman doesn't make that a focus of what it is they do, we'll be having the same discussion 2 years from now, 6 years from now, 10 years from now, because nothing will change. We'll still be outcompeted by South Carolina. We'll still be outcompeted by Tennessee, all these neighboring states that are making it feasible because they're business friendly to take our industries away from us. That will still be the case, and we'll be worse off in a few years if we don't get on the stick to do something about it soon. And the congressman that occupies that seat has an opportunity to help make that happen. And these numbers let us know we have to do something. This is unacceptable. this double-digit unemployment. We're above the national unemployment rate, and we're above the state unemployment rate, which is high enough as it is. We have too many unemployed people here, and I don't know what they're going to do immediately. They're going to have to move. Where do they move to? Because the country is hurting. And we have policies. Listen, there's no hope. Marie mentioned something. There's no hope in socialism. There's no hope, and that's the route we're going. Did you sign on for socialism? I didn't. Are you signing on for being the second or third place economy in the world as opposed to the first? I don't. And the only way that you can have higher paying jobs is to have higher productivity, and that's to have innovation. And we have to make changes in our laws that allow people to go out and innovate, expand, invest, and you can't do it when you have oppressive taxes. You can't do it when you make it difficult to manufacture things in this country. We're not making enough things. Go to Walmart after you leave here and go around, look at the products and find out what we're making in this country. It's very, very little. We have to get back to a manufacturing kind of economy in the United States. If we don't do that, we'll continue to import more than we export, and that money that goes to these other countries that we're buying their products, they're spending it in other parts of the world. They're not spending it all back here with us. So we're losing out twice on that. I'm a former prosecutor, and I want to go to Congress because I want to be on those committees. I want to cross-examine some people. I want to cross-examine that admiral that testified last week that we need to get rid of the don't ask, don't tell policy in the military. I want to ask him what has changed between now and a few years ago when President Clinton pushed this issue, and the military hierarchy and the Joint Chiefs of Staff said that that was not a good policy. I want to find out if that admiral really believes what he's saying, because I don't believe that he does. Someone, ladies and gentlemen, in our House, someone in our Senate needs to ask the questions, the hard questions, before they go off passing 2,000-page health care bills where they want to cram that down our throats, and before we start changing military policy to make it reflect society. Look, this is serious business, and it takes someone that has the background to go up, to function properly there, and to impact us here at home. And then eventually, for us to have the leadership skills, to go up and to be leaders in the party, and to be leaders in the Congress. I'm advocating term limits for members of Congress at 12 years. That takes a constitutional amendment. I will advocate that. I'm advocating eliminating right off the bat Departments of Energy, Education, Homeland Security. That will not fix the budget problems, but it's a start. We need to have a spending freeze in the entire federal government, not just discretionary spending. It has to be everything, and there needs to be some hard decisions to help keep our promises to people on Social Security and Medicare. They're going to go bankrupt if we don't make some responsible decisions sooner than later. It must be done. And ladies and gentlemen, I have the background and the experience, and maybe you can pick up a little bit of passion about these things. We're at a difficult and an important time in the history of the nation, but I'm hopeful because if we take the majority back, we'll move things in the right direction, and we'll have a better situation in the next few years. We have a wonderful country. We have great people. People at Clemson University are taking old storage containers, sending it to places like Haiti, places that have had natural disasters, and they have humanitarian aid that they sit in those containers, but then they have makeshift houses that you can then live in those houses for as long as you need to. Who thinks like that in the world? We're the only country that thinks this way. That's why the government needs to get off of people's backs, out of people's way, and let's encourage innovation. That's where we lead the world. That's how we have made the entire world a better place to live. But we, in order to continue to be at the vanguard of these types of ideas, we cannot be a socialistic nation where our taxes are high, our services are so-so, and our standard of living is low. That's not our heritage. That's not the direction we need to go in, but we must make a change in our policy and our direction now. If we wait, we're going to be too far down the road, and our standard of living is going to be low for many, many years to come. I have kids in school. I don't want that for them. I don't want it for me. I'm still making a living. Don't want it for you. Thank you.